there should be a little red bar that says you're recording. There's a little red mark that says you're recording.
The global players who are
It's a little red dot.
all over the world have seen that he backs up his words with action, and I think that's what they're terrified of.
And what about the conversations within America, which of course will have a knock-on effect for us and for other countries all over the world? I mean, do you think he's is he going to step up the sort of tariff war against China to the point where the American economy is completely derailed by the expense of purchasing goods from China, which they will continue to have to purchase? Is that going to happen?
It's certainly possible, but I think from having taken quite a long time to understand Donald Trump and his policies, Vanessa, Donald Trump uses what he calls his favourite word in the world, favourite word in the dictionary, tariffs. He uses them as a stick with which to warn people. He uses them as an incentive. So we saw he threatened tariffs on Mexico, and already we've seen a lot of production move, certainly in the car manufacturing plant, move from Mexico back to America. So he uses them as a stick which he waves at people in the hope that he never actually has to use them.
And as far as you said, you talked about Ukraine and Russia, so did my caller just now. Do you think that what's essentially going to happen is that Ukraine will be sacrificed? And if it is the case, why? What is Donald Trump trying to achieve by that?
Well, I think if you mean by sacrifice, I think you mean cede land, by land in Donetsk and Lugansk to Russia.
Yeah.
And yes, I think I would agree with you, but I think having listened to what Donald Trump has said, Vanessa, I think he wants to see a stop, like we all do, to the killing. He wants to see a stop to the war machine. He wants to see a stop to the hundreds of thousands of innocent people who are dying. And I think what the American strategy is to essentially freeze the conflict at the moment, is to say that Russia can keep, for the time being, the land in eastern Ukraine that they have seized. And until we can get the parties around the table and come to some kind of compromise or some kind of deal to actually end the war properly.
And finally, what about our relationship with Trump? What about Keir Starmer's relationship, potential for Peter Mandelson as a UK ambassador to the US to be either feted or somehow shunned and demoted, I know, treated as if he's beneath contempt? What do you think is going to pan out in terms of that? Do you think Starmer will be able to do the appropriate schmoozing to get Trump in the right frame of mind or not?
No, absolutely not. And I think, frankly, the appointment of the twice disgraced Lord Peter Mandelson has been a terrible appointment. And, if you look at the scandals that he has been involved in, he was photographed on the Russian oligarch Oleg Deripaska's yacht with George Osborne several years ago. He was involved in a mortgage scandal. Frankly, he's a terrible appointment, and I think it's really upset the Americans. And there is a question looming large, Vanessa, there is a question looming large, which is, does Donald Trump accept the nomination of Peter Mandelson as UK ambassador to the US? And I don't think he's going to.
Let's wait and see. Thank you very much, Daniel. Let's talk to Ashley in Beaconsfield. Hi, Ashley. So it's all happening. What do you feel about it?
Good morning and good afternoon even. Very much so. I'm very excited actually. I think he's going to be I understand why people have some concerns. I think he's really unorthodox in the way he is, and I think his language is maybe
Yes,
sometimes a little bit something to question as well.